Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday. This was a really productive weekend. Me and the neighbors, we tag team. We did a lot of yard work, tree trimming, all that stuff, trying to keep both of our areas really nice and clean. And as we like to call it, danger noodle free, because we do get copperhead snakes out here. So it's important for us to keep the grass nice and trim. So he helped me with a lot of like the snipping of the trees, and I helped him with a lot of cutting of the more higher weed areas since I have a riding lawnmower. So that was part of Saturday. That was about 4 hours of moving. At that point, it was a lawnmower, regular mower, weed whacker, and then some trimming. That was exhausting. And then yesterday was doing the second half of my HVAC, where in the South you gotta constantly change. You have to constantly watch your AC because it gets very humid. So it gets a lot of mold and a lot of stuff in there. So you have to constantly maintain it, pour vinegar down the drainage pipe, make sure the coils are clean, all that stuff. So I was doing a lot of homeowner stuff over the weekend. Yes, my fiance was around to help me. So no, he wasn't just sitting around. Good Lord, he made things a lot easier for me, moving all that crap into the attic so I could just do what I needed to do. He's a very tall person. He's a very cramped space. But the fact that he was able to help me lift things up, put him back down where I needed to, that was a huge help. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now, last week I was trying to get the bands, right? I couldn't find them, so I ordered them on Amazon. They came in late Saturday, so I have them at the house. So as soon as I go back home, let's go ahead and talk about those and then do some of those exercises. But for right now, I just want to get my walk. Just kind of get back in the groove and get this week going. So talk to you guys when I get back to the gym. Okay guys, so I'm back. As I mentioned, I wanted to get these rubber bands last week, but I couldn't find them at the store. So this is kind of what I wanted. No, I am not getting paid by anybody for this. I bought this out of my own pocket. I said I'm not sponsored. This is just me doing my fitness journey. I like what I like equipment wise, so this is what I like. Now, this is why I wanted this versus what I saw at the store. So you have these resistant bands, and each one of the bands is a different thickness. So when you actually use these, they're a different weight. There's a resistance weight. So this is more what I used to use in the gym. So you go from really thin to thicker to really thick. And there's one that's actually even thicker than this one, which you could use for pull-ups. So that way, if you're trying to learn how to do the pull-ups and you're heavy and you can't do it on your own, you can use that to help you push yourself up, build up those muscles until you can do it on your own. So this is why I wanted these. Now, you can do a series of exercises with these depending on what you're doing. But the one thing that I would suggest with these ones, do not leave them outside. So when you get these, put them indoors. Go ahead and keep them like inside. Do not just leave them outside because the temperature fluctuates. It is rubber. So yeah, so you want to make sure you're not letting the weather kind of degrade these. The other thing is you have pets, don't let them chew on them. Once there's a nick on these, you will see them, it'll just snap. Okay, I've seen them at the gym so many times where after a while it got nicked somehow and it just completely destroyed the band itself. So for today's workout, let me see what I want to use. I probably want to use this. So it's going to be probably these one, two. Probably this might be a little too thin. I'll find something else to do with this. But if you're starting and you don't want to have weights, bands is a good way to go. So you could just kind of use this to either stretch or do all kinds of other stuff. I suggest to go to YouTube and look at other people that they have these fantastic workouts for the bands. But for me, I'm going to do my same old. And as you can see right now, I'm doubling with these. And I can get a little bit of exercise in there that way. So I'm pretty excited. But let's go ahead and get going. pretty much what I have for today. I kind of really wanted to try the rubber bands. I'll be honest, between 4 hours of yard work and then being in the attic for a few hours taking care of the HVAC, my body is just, it's drained. It's completely drained. But I did get to try most of the rubber bands except for one. So today I just kind of want to do a couple of movements that I remember from memory. Some of them were actual physical working on, and some of them were stretches. So now that I know how these bands operate, now they are a little slick though. So that's something that sometimes I used to be able just to do barefoot, and even then they still slip because they're very new. There's not a lot of wear and tear. So I'll definitely have to do shoes next time. But yeah, no, this was not disappointing. I mean, this only like with shipping was like $30 versus what Academy was charging, which was like $30 plus for one band. That's why I said no way, I'm not paying that much for a band. That's crazy. So, but anyway, guys, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. I'll come back and I'll do more. Like I said, I have to adult in between. I'm still looking for a brand new job, so that also takes up part of my day, and along with all the training that I'm doing. So no, if you don't see me posting, it's because chances are I either have to adult and do something else, or because my body just crapped out. That's normally the only two reasons why I'm not actively doing something in front of a camera. So yes. Anyway, y'all take care, and I'll talk to you guys later.